feds are working with Tekashi's attorneys to get him out early. 6ix9ine sentencing was scheduled for January 24th of next year. However, late last night, a letter from the government to the judge requested that the sentencing date be moved up. The letter also requested that a number of the processes related to sentencing be fast-tracked so that the sentencing can happen sooner. There is no reason, as far as I'm concerned, that that would ever happen. The government would never make that request unless they intended on recommending time served and expected him to get time served. Look for Tekashi's sentencing to be moved up to probably a month away, maybe 6 weeks, just a matter of when the judge sets the date. And when he's sentenced on that day, look for him to get released on a time served sentence.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk, back again with another video for you guys. Back up on YouTube. I am going to be active on here again. I had some issues going on. I ain't gonna really speak on it in this video. Go peep my previous video if you guys, are interested to know about what was going on with YouTube, why I ain't been up on here. But anyways, I want to talk about this. This is wild. You guys saw that footage. And 6ix9ine is going to be touching down real soon, like really, really soon. And, when you just break it all down, this is just wild, man. As we know, there's always been a lot of talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine being like an industry plant. There's been conspiracies and stuff out there. He was working with the feds, to like infiltrate hip hop and in the gang, 9 Trey gangsters, treyway and everything like that. And I just gotta say, man, I'm not one that makes those kind of videos where I get into all that wild stuff, but this is just crazy when you think about it. Like maybe there's something there. Maybe something really is going on with 6ix9ine. He really has been working for the feds. I'm going to go over all this, what I mean, in this video. But first off, talking about, what that attorney was breaking down in that footage there is that, with this whole situation, we know 6ix9ine was picked up, treyway, all them RICO case. 6ix9ine was looking at 47 years in the feds. And I mean, we all knew he was going to get to telling. He was not built to stand up against that kind of heat and time. His back was against the wall. And, as I've always said when I've spoke on this situation, there's for real gangsters who have held it down and done bids numerous times. And when they, are facing crazy fed time like that, they flip and cooperate. So a guy like Tekashi 6ix9ine, who we all knew, whether you were a fan of his and you enjoyed his antics and his music or whatever, you knew the dude wasn't no tough guy. You knew he wasn't built like that. You know what I mean? And that's what he did. He cooperated. He cut a deal with the feds. And, basically, we all saw Vlad. He broke down the paperwork, had his, numerous platforms did, but, Vlad's just a bigger one. Y'all probably seen it on where he had 6ix9ine's baby mom reading the paperwork. And basically, the feds were going to not prosecute Tekashi 6ix9ine, as long as all the cooperating he did really produced results, to simplify what the deal was. And that's what he did. And we've seen convictions come down. We've seen, as in the most recent ones, we just saw Harv convicted in, his kidnapping case and everything like that. We saw Shotty took a plea bargain, copped out to 15 years. We seen all these dudes, many more. I'm not going to go over each individual person, but we saw they got what they needed out of 6ix9ine, out of his cooperation. These other guys are doing time, and he's gonna come home. But what's crazy about this, when you break this down, a lot of people are probably like, yo, that's no conspiracy there. He snitched and he's coming home. Yes, that is true. That happens all the time. But what's really strange about this to me is why they're so eager to do him this favor like this. Like when you break it all down, even if someone is a rat and they tell it doesn't mean that, that feds really, they give you a deal or whatever. But what is he their buddy? You know what I mean? He was due to come home in like January to get sentenced, and he's going to get time served or whatever. Why are they giving him, they could say, hey man, sit and do this extra 3 months. Why would they be like, oh, okay, we'll expedite this process now, because his attorney, as he said in that footage there, that attorney said Tekashi's attorney, his legal team, put in to expedite the process. And, the feds are like, oh, okay, we'll do it. You know what I mean? They're gonna let him come home a little earlier. Now, when you look into that, like I'm saying, that's like they're doing him a favor. But peep this, right? When Tekashi was arrested back in October, or I'm sorry, this case they all caught was back in November. In October, 6ix9ine was sentenced to probation for that whole sex offender case that he had pending for quite some time. As we saw, there was a lot of stuff they wanted him to do, stay out of trouble, get his GED and different things like that. And what we saw was him acting all wild, getting into trouble, getting arrested in other situations, and trolling everyone on the internet, around with the treyway all the time, just up to no good. And they still gave the man probation when the prosecutor's word was they were pushing for him to do time. So he ends up getting 4 years probation in October. Well, in November he's picked up on the Fed case. Now in December he sees a judge, and the judge just dismisses the state case, the sex offender case that he got probation for. That's very strange. You'll see an article that I got a screenshot of popping up where it says that the judge decided to dismiss the case because him being incarcerated wouldn't let him, complete all the stipulations in terms of the probation, like community service and all that. And so what? Like, when you're on state probation, you catch a Fed beef, and they're going to just say, oh, well, he's locked up, he can't all do, no, they would violate you on your probation. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, in the end, it wouldn't really mean anything, because if you ended up getting Fed time, the state time would more than likely be ran concurrent. But it's just still very strange that they dismissed that case. That's wild, man. So think about it. They dismissed that case. He was in with Treyway, ended up, cooperating, giving up all kinds of information on them, helping get all those convictions. And now they're going to rush him home, 3 months early. It's all really, really strange when you think about it. And, I'm starting to believe some of these conspiracies that we've been hearing, that he is an industry plant or been down with the feds or something like that. I mean, I've had suspicions and things like that, because this whole 6ix9ine saga, the way everything worked out, has been just really, really strange and bizarre. And when you break it all down, maybe that's what it was. Maybe back when he caught that sex offender case, the feds approached him because they knew that he knew these guys. Or maybe he got into some other trouble that we don't even know about, and he went undercover for them or something like that to infiltrate Treyway. Who knows? But this is just very strange to me. There's been a lot of situations where people have cooperated and received immunity or things like that. But the way that this has all gone down with 6ix9ine is just very strange to me. As I said, it just seems like they're real eager to help this guy out. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you guys think in that comment section. As you guys know, on my channel, if you didn't know and you're new, J Coffee Talk, we talk it all: sports, music, news, life, current events, and much, much more. And I always look to hear what the people, the audience, you guys got to say. So get up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. But I want to point one more thing out that was always kind of a little strange to me. You will see also popping up on the screen. Pay attention to all the images coming up on the screen. There's a thing, where it says Daniel Hernandez and his case number and things like that. That is if you search him up on, the federal inmate locator, the Federal Bureau of Prisons or whatever. And that says that he was released in November. I believe the 21st is the exact date. I'm not sure, but just days after he was arrested by the feds. And that's very bizarre to me as well. I don't know if that's because he was transferred to a different facility. As we know, he's been housed somewhere else because of, that he was cooperating and that he was in danger. But that's just still kind of strange to me. You guys may have heard other people talk about this in videos that maybe, they didn't believe 6ix9ine really was locked up, or if, but either way, on that page, you can look him up. That is him indeed. He hasn't been listed in being in federal custody since a couple days after being arrested. And that's pretty weird, because even if sometimes people who have a Fed case are housed in like a county jail, they move people around sometimes, you'd think that would still be on there. Like, I don't know. I mean, someone who may have more knowledge of this, tap in the comments, let me know what you guys think. But it's just kind of strange that wherever he's housed, you think it would be, within, the federal, within their prison system, they would have something on there. Not that he had been released. So I don't know, man. This whole thing just been really strange. If you guys follow my channel, I always kind of try to not really report on 6ix9ine that much, because I really didn't care for the dude. He was constantly in the headlines. It just never stopped with him, and it was all a bunch of bullshit all the time. This dude was just trolling, doing what he does. So I just never really, I might bring a video here and there on 6ix9ine, and this I really, felt was newsworthy. This is just strange after everything, you know what I mean? In the end, they're expediting his sentencing process to get him home. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Is just typical, snitch, or is this something more than that? Has this guy been plugged in with the feds or with the government or what? Like, let me know what you guys think. It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Follow me on the gram. Follow me on Twitter. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.